Hey, what's up you guys? Today we're going to be working on this 2006 Dodge Ram 1500. It is a two-wheel drive truck, and we're going to start off by removing the wheel. This truck has swollen lug nuts, so we're going to be using the 7/8 to remove these. So with the wheel out of the way, you can see that the boot up here is ripped, and for the one down here, it's also torn, and it's making a really loud squeaky noise when you turn. We're gonna go ahead and remove the tie rod. This is like a 21 millimeter. After beating the shit out of this with the big ass hammer, we were able to remove it. Now we're gonna go ahead and remove the caliper with the caliper bracket all together. Two 21 millimeter bolts, one here and one on there. And then we're just gonna set it aside right here on this crate. With the caliper and the rotor out of the way, we're gonna go ahead and remove this 22 millimeter and this 24 down here. Now we can smack the knuckle up here or somewhere where it's solid, so we could get it off of the ball joints. Once that is out of the way, we have access to the ball joints. You can see this upper one is completely shot, and also the bottom one. So we're gonna start with this upper one first. I'm gonna get the ball joint remover, and we're gonna hook it up and use the impact to remove it. This is how we got the ball joint remover set up. And it's gonna be kind of tight because we have the wheel liner on this side, and even if we remove it, we have the battery right here, and then we have some other fuse box or something else that's in the way, so we're not even gonna bother removing it to get to it. The passenger side didn't have the wheel liner, so we were able to get the impact to the top, and it was way easier, but on this side it's gonna be a hassle. We're just gonna go ahead and do it with the wrench and start turning this until it pops out. This is it, the upper ball joint. Now we're gonna go ahead and remove the lower one. On this one, it was kind of a hassle on the passenger side. We already did the passenger side, so we know that we have to knock these little ridges in. If not, we wouldn't be able to remove this lower ball joint. So we have a chisel, and we're just hammering in the edges all around as much as possible. And then we'll beat the crap out of it with this big ass hammer. And once we see it get a little bit of movement, then we'll do the ball joint remover on it. We were able to get the lower ball joint out. Now we're gonna start installing the upper ball joint. This is what we got from AutoZone, Duralast, part number FA80628. And we're gonna make sure that we don't damage that rubber boot. And then it comes with the washer, the little locking clip thing, the nipple for the grease, and the cotter pin, and a nut. So we're gonna set up the ball joint press, something like that. We might use this one on the bottom, and then just press it all together. So we were finally able to get this in. We had to switch out the fittings a couple of times because this is kind of like a mix and match thing. You have to figure out what works for your application. So we got this one in. Now we're gonna go ahead and install the lower ball joint. For the lower ball joint, we're gonna use this FA7411 Duralast ball joint. So it's gonna get pressed in like this. Now we have to go ahead and set up the ball joint kit. And it comes with the new snap ring, the fitting for the grease, the fitting for the grease gun, the snap ring, the washer, and the cotter pin, and the nut that's on here. We got it in all the way. Now we're gonna install the new snap ring that goes on top and the fitting, and then we're gonna slide the knuckle in. So I'm gonna remove the nut and the washer from the top ball joint. We're gonna remove the caliper from the caliper bracket so we could put the rotor back on and then put the caliper back on. So these are 13 millimeters and we're gonna remove both of them. We got the bolt tight for the lower ball joint, we got the caliper on, the rotor on. Now we're gonna start doing the shock. And to remove that, we're gonna use a 19 millimeter up here. And I think a swivel, because the liner is in here. So let's see if we could get this off like that. Now that we got that 19 off, we're gonna go ahead and get the two 13 millimeter bolts that hold the shock in from the bottom. This is the old one, and this is the one that we're gonna throw on, the new Duralast. So we're gonna put it with the sticker facing in, just so you won't see the thing. And it comes with two bushings, two of these little cover things, or not covers, but the cap things for the bushings, and the sleeve that goes in here. So we're gonna slide the shock into the bottom. Let me set it up real quick so I can show you guys. So this is what it looks like. We're gonna slide it in from the bottom, and then we're gonna put the two 13 millimeters to hold it in place, and then I'll show you guys once it's up here. We got the shock in from the bottom with the two bolts. Now we're gonna put the rubber piece up here, this one, slide it onto the sleeve, and we're gonna put the little cover thing, and we're gonna put this 13 millimeter bolt. I think it's a 13. We got the shock in, we made sure that everything was tight. Now we're gonna go ahead and jack up the truck, put the wheel back on, and we're done. That's it for this video. Upper and lower ball joints were replaced. The shocks were also replaced. We're gonna have to clean up this mess and call it a night. Make sure to check us out on Instagram at Yonke_OXC films. I'll leave that in the description down below, and we'll catch you in the next one.